Hey guys, I wanted to put this video on the internet to hopefully inspire some of you who are sitting in a place where you're thinking, I'd really like to go after my health, but you're not quite there. There's something inside that's holding you back. This is someone who's become a friend of mine. Her name's Anne. She's a normal person who got inspired one day to get up and really go after her health. She entered into a 90-day weight loss challenge where she ended up winning the challenge from the changes she was making to her diet and exercise. And then after she won the challenge, she leveled things out a little bit more so that her lifestyle with exercise and nutrition was a little bit more conducive to healthy living. But she's continued just to lose body fat and to gain muscle and become more functional over the course of the last 8 months to a year that I've known her. So I'm going to let her take it from here. This is an interview I did with her. Just listen to her story. It's pretty awesome. Hope you enjoy, and we both hope that it inspires you to make the change that you want to see. So when did you start your journey, and how much weight have you lost so far?
Well, I guess I've been trying to lose weight for years and years and years. So this journey started just before Christmas of 2011, and I've lost almost 80 pounds.
Woo! Mm-hmm. Awesome. What happened that you decided to make the change?
I wish it's not a really exciting thing. I was watching a movie and I felt like running, and I don't know why this time I actually got up and did it. I can't tell you why.
Was it Forrest Gump?
No, but it feels a little like Forrest Gump, doesn't it? I don't know, something about this movie, it just made me feel like, I feel like I should go for a run. And for whatever reason, this time I did it. That's really what it was. Yeah, so it's kind of funny, but that's it.
That's awesome. Has this journey been difficult for you? And if it has been, what was the hardest part? And even if it hasn't, what's been the hardest part of this whole thing?
I'll tell you, the beginning was very difficult in that it hurt a lot.
What part hurt?
My whole body. But I just kept doing it. And it got easier and easier and easier. And I would say between 6 and 8 weeks, it was easier to do. And then from that point on, it just kept getting easier. So I just kept going. Mm-hmm.
Easier to keep getting to the gym, or your body felt like it handled it better?
Well, I've always gone to the gym, but I never worked hard enough. So yeah, my body was handling it better, I guess.
And how long had you been going to the gym before just doing stuff? Years?
6 years, since my first daughter was born.
Whoa,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I always went to the gym, but I just walked on the treadmill when I would read a magazine. and I thought that was enough, but it's not. So, yeah.
Awesome. What benefits have you noticed from losing weight?
Oh gosh, I feel 15 years younger, maybe 20 years younger. I feel generally happy most of the time. I would say all the time.
Were you getting sad before?
No, but I just feel like wow. Let's see. I say yes more than I say no when it comes time to do something. I try to say yes, and before I would say no. I gotta do this. I gotta do that.
You talking about like doing things with people?
Yeah, with my kids, with the family. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So on that note, how is your life different now in terms of like the activities that you're doing? Are you doing anything that you couldn't do before?
Oh yeah. I do things I never dreamed I would do. I play ice hockey now.
Woo!
I played tennis the other week. I do rock climbing. I take horseback riding lessons. Yeah. I do something every day now. I do.
And feel good doing it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I feel funny if I don't.
Nice. You mean as opposed to feeling funny if you do?
Right.
What's with all the change in your lifestyle change, has dropping 80 pounds affected any of the people around you?
Oh yeah. I'm generally more positive.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't really a negative person before. I just feel like I'm a lot more positive now.
Mm-hmm.
My husband's on board trying to lose weight. Some of my neighbors have been trying to lose weight. And I like that. I like that you can inspire other people.
Do you feel like you've got more of a community with them now too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like a fitness community almost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That you kind of started with your change.
Well, that's probably giving me a little more credit, but,
Well,
yeah.
Well, what is one moment over the course of your journey that really stands out in your mind? One, like, I guess, memorable moment.
It's hard to pick one
Go
because
for a couple.
there are a lot.
Go two.
Okay, well, I'll tell you. Just last week, I was at a wedding, and I saw people from college that I haven't seen for a lot of years, and I realized that it's the first time in many, many years that I wasn't embarrassed to see someone that I haven't seen for a long time. Like,
Awesome.
I didn't feel like oh wow, they really think that I let myself go. I felt like, hey, here I am. You know? And yeah, so that was pretty cool. On vacation, we went on vacation a couple times this summer, and I would go work out in the gym on vacation, which was something I would never do before. But I was walking into the gym with all these fit, skinny people, and I thought, I belong here too. So that was a moment too. I don't know, there's moments every week. There really are.
Awesome.
There are. Every time I put on a new pair of pants, there's a moment.
You're talking about a new pair of pants that's a size smaller?
Right,
or just,
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is... Or let me rephrase that. Have you ever felt like over the course of this... How many months has it been now?
11,
So have you ever felt over the course of this 11 months,
10 months, I don't know.
10, 11 months, something like that, did you ever feel like you just didn't want to work out, or like eating right was becoming too much of a chore, or did it all kind of fall into place for you?
Yeah, I did, but it was very short-lived. And it happened a couple times, but I don't know, I just did it anyway.
Cool.
And that was not easy to do. But the first time I did it, and then I felt so good afterwards, the next time it happened, it was easy to do it, right?
So what was your driver for saying, I'm going to do it anyway? What were you thinking, or what helped you to push through it?
I started seeing results. See, I did this yo-yo thing for years, right? Where
Yeah.
you lose 5 pounds, and then you think, okay, well, I can eat this because I lost 5 pounds, right?
Yeah. Right, and then here comes the 5 pounds.
Yeah, or I worked out today, so I'll just sit down all night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I finally was seeing results, and that was enough motivation for me to stick with it.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's a lot of things that you've been doing to succeed, but what do you think, if you had to pick one thing, what do you think played the biggest role in your success?
Well, I have to pick 3.
Okay, go for
Okay,
it.
well, you, the
Thank
trainer, and in hand with that is the strength training and the interval training.
Okay.
That's really what made the difference.
And what do you mean by interval training?
The heart rate training, with the walking and the running and the spiking your heart rate and bringing it down, and that's because I had been running already for a month and a half, and I'd been losing some weight. But once I added the weights and the interval training, it was like, wow.
So can you give us an idea of what I know it's changed over the course of your training schedule, but what was like a general idea of your workout week?
Well, I work out 6 or 7 days a week. I do find if I don't take a light day, I don't lose weight, which is really strange because you think that you should just keep going harder, but I do need a rest day. But on my rest day, I'll do something like Pilates, or I'll go for a walk or something. What's the question? What's my typical...
Yeah, so if you were lifting, so like how many days a week would you lift weights, and
3.
how many days? So 3 days of weights, and then how many days for cardio?
3.
3, okay.
Yeah.
And then your other day to do Pilates or walking or whatever else.
Yeah. And a lot of times I'll do 2 things too. I'll do something lighter in the day. Like I'll do Pilates in the morning and then do my weights in the evening.
Okay.
Or I'll go for a run and then I'll have a hockey game or something.
So much fun.
It is. It is.
You mentioned in those three that working with me was one of the things that helped you succeed. What part or parts, if you had to pick a few, do you think working with me helped you most?
Education.
Okay. Just learning what you needed to do.
Yeah. And encouragement. Because you just know the right thing to say. Like, you know, if you were to just yell at me, I wouldn't do it. Or if you had come in and told me, you cannot have this, you cannot have this, you cannot have this, I would have said, thank you very much, I'll see you later.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go walk on
That's
my
just not the
treadmill.
way I work. I can't do that. So, yeah.
So we're, really telling your story, because to me it's inspirational. To me, you're an example of somebody who just decided to do it, and so you got up and you did what it took to do it with the right knowledge in mind. So presumably there's going to be a lot of people watching this video who fill the shoes that you were in back 10, 11 months ago. So if you had some advice to give anyone who's watching this and is in the shoes that you were in 10 months ago, what would it be?
It is so worth it. It is the hardest thing I've ever done, and it has been the best thing I've ever done. I mean, I could just cry. Really. And in the first, you have to be ready. I don't know why I was ready that day. I wish I knew, because I would bottle that up and be a millionaire, right? but you have to be ready, and then it is not easy for a long time, but it is worth it. That's it. I guess that's my base advice. Do it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time.
Thanks. Okay, so these are my pants, and those are my pants from when I was my biggest. And the funny thing is I never felt this big. That's the weird part. But those are my pants, so I must have been.